Making beer chili. We got the recipe out of this book, Better Homes and Gardens, and it's on page 574.
I wrote a song about
it. Says make it mine chili. You got a bunch of options, and under the options you've got apple juice, beef, chicken broth, beer, or water. We chose beer. Just because we want to try to make beer chili. We're going to see if this works. Got everything I need, plus I got help. I got, come here, Wink, come here. I got Winky. Oh, I got Winky. Yeah, Winky's going to help. Wally. Come here, Wally. Come on, Wally. Wally's going to help. Got Wally. Wally going to help. Then we got Lucy. Lucy. Lucy in disguise with diamonds. Where you at? Lucy.
Kind of girl every cowboy wants to be. Well, we went for a swim down on the beach out of Florida town. It couldn't be beat. I fell in love when I looked in her eyes. Clear, warm, and blue.
Then we got Lucy. Lucy in disguise with diamonds. Now, what they got to do is stay out of the way. Put it down. Put it down. Behave yourself. Behave. Stay out of my way. Okay. Got a bunch of ingredients here that we got to use. 1.5 pounds of meat, 3 cups of chopped vegetables, 4 cloves of garlic, mint, 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil. I've got virgin olive. Because I'm making it mine, chili mine with. 2 15 to 16 ounce cans of beans, rinsed and drained. Yeah, we got beans, rinsed and drained. Not even dressed. Beans, rinsed and drained. I don't know if we got enough, but that's all we got. That's all we need.
She jumped in her 280Z and went flying northbound.
2 14.5 ounce cans of tomatoes undrained. Yeah, we got that. Diced tomatoes undrained. I'm using diced. Okay, 1 15 ounce can of tomato sauce. Well, we got that. 1 cup of liquid. Yeah, we got a beer. 2 tablespoons of chili powder. Yeah, we got that. 1 teaspoon of dried herb crust. And under herbs, it gives you, let's see, basil, Italian season, oregano, thyme. Since we got beer, we're going to go with oregano. And, what else? Half teaspoon pepper toppers. And you got, under peppers, you got black pepper, cayenne pepper, crushed pepper. We're going to go with a little black and a little cayenne. We're going to make a chili my way. So, the ground beef is being thawed out. 1.5 pounds. We've got 2.5 pounds, so we got a problem already. We're thawing out 2.5 pounds, so we're going to have 1.5 pounds left over. I guess we better make 1.5 pounds of hamburgers or something. Follow the book, follow the recipe, keep it right. To begin with, you got to have. To start off, you've got to, in a large pot, cook the meat and vegetables, garlic, and hot oil until meat is brown and vegetables are tender. That's easy. Got to start off with a hot pan.
There's vegetable oil out there on the beach. Got margaritas in the blender. Just don't worry about the sand on your feet. Make yourself right at home.
Your garlic is going to be hot. You see it right there. That's vegetable oil. Maybe you can't see it. It's in there. It's in there. I promise you. Vegetable oil and garlic. And it's got to be hot. So, we're just about ready to cook the vegetables and the ground beef. As soon as it gets hot. Ground beef is stalled. We only need 1.5 pounds, so we're going to make hamburgers out of it. and set it to side.
They sophisticated up in New York City and
Okay.
California. The city's real pretty.
Don't pay
Shuck
attention
me
now.
on
We
down
got
to
to
an Australian.
try this and see if
Ain't
these
nothing
folks know what
better
we're
than
talking
the
about.
Florida cow.
Better Homes and Gardens, I figured they know what they're talking
All
about.
on the shrimp, picking guitar, Jimmy Buffett sitting loose,
Might
and
not
on
know.
fire. Beautiful girls all over the world.
Divide
Ain't nothing
this.
better than a Florida cow.
We want to divide this ground beef.
Oh, well, I went
Cut it
to
in half.
Philly
So let's
here
get
at
us
the
a pan
Philharmonic
we can
Theater.
divide.
They said my songs were just too damn silly, so I came back home.
All down.
Opened up a beer, put Jimmy Buffett on, and I'll stay right here.
All we need to do now
All in the
is
strength,
divide it.
picking guitar.
So what's half of 2 1/2?
Little Hank a singer Jones alive.
Pound and a quarter?
Oh,
Is that close enough? Half of 2 1/2 pound and a quarter? It's chili my way, so if I
Say,
want
y'all know the proper way to eat an
to
oyster?
change it, I can change it,
Well, you
right?
get your big old fat juicy one. Just flop it in your
Yeah,
mouth.
chili my way.
Kind of roll it around
Be
on
quite
your tongue.
salt in the middle,
savor
but-
those warm, salty juices.
Oh yeah, it is. A little bit stiff.
Then you just kind of let it slide down your throat till your toes curl up. As
Yeah,
soon
we
as you
got
get
it
that
now.
thing down, well, you
This
turn to the
ground
one
beef.
you love.
Hey, what are y'all doing?
Big old stop
Y'all
it.
stop that fussing now. You can play, but don't be fighting. We don't allow dogs to fight in the house. Okay, we're dividing this meat that's been thawed in half. We're gonna make a 1 1/4 hamburgers, and we're gonna have a 1 1/4
Ball in the
go on
strength,
chili. That's close
picking
enough. 1 1/2.
guitar, little Hank a singer
I
Jones
think.
alive. Gator tail,
What you think, Winky?
ostrich bar,
Winky?
margarita, Miss
What?
Simmering, cow.
Huh?
They sophisticated up
Which
in
is it?
New York City,
Don't matter?
California,
Don't
the
matter, because I'm gonna do it my way, right?
shut me on down to an Australian
Okay.
roast. Ain't nothing better than the Florida coast.
Don't matter, because I'm doing it my way. This, I'm gonna rinse off. Because I don't want to put that in the trash. Put this kind of stuff in your trash. Guess what? Dogs and flies and cats and all kinds of critters want to swarm around your trash can. So you rinse that stuff off before you put it in the trash. Unless you like dogs and flies and cats and crap messing around your trash can. I don't. I don't even want my own dogs messing around my trash can. Okay. We are going to set half of this aside. Or all hot. Maybe even too hot. Let's see. Let's move it off the burner for a minute. You gotta have a hot pan with garlic and fry this oil. Yeah. Hot pan will sizzle when you put it in. I think I got too much garlic. Hot pan will sizzle when you put it in. You don't want it too hot. All you gotta do is brown this stuff. Think we got a 1 1/4 yet? Close to it. Let's see. Yeah. Leave the rest for hamburger. You're also supposed to put the vegetables in there with it while you're browning in hot oil. Probably ought to stir it while you're browning it. Stir it around, get it brown on all sides, all the way around. I think you're supposed to stir it when you brown it. I would. Some people just throw the stick in there and don't worry about stirring it. We're going to put the vegetables in with it.
I'll go when I hear her all from his
Stir it while you brown it
I know
in a hot pan. It's still hot.
the soft wind
Remember we used virgin olive oil. It said 1 tablespoon, but I used 2 because with all these vegetables and the garlic, I think that works out about right. Without burning up. Give me a resting plate. Rest my food on so I don't. Oh, okay. Now what do? We wait for that to brown good. Don't take but a minute to brown your meat and this tenderizes your vegetables while you're browning your meat. If Better Homes and Gardens knows what they're talking about. I hope you dogs are behaved. I don't hear no fights going on or nothing. Okay, where are we at? Next instruction says drain the fat. Imagine that. You got to drain the fat. Why? Well, you don't need all that fat. You want to drain it off after everything's brown, and that's easy to do. It's even got instructions in here on how to drain the fat. People trying to lose weight would like to know how to drain the fat. How do you get rid of that fat? Common sense. Eat a well-balanced diet, burn up more calories than you take in, and you'll drain the fat. If you want to. People who don't want to talk about it but don't do it. They just, and that's fine, you know. People don't want to drain the fat. That's fine with me. It's up to them. It's their life. Let them do what they want to. Within reason. Without hurting other people. My coffee cup's almost empty. Can't drink no beer yet, it's too early. But I'm going to put it in the chili. What your dogs doing? Y'all behave yourself? I need to get some coffee. But it's in the percolator outside in the RV in the bunkhouse. Could have brought it in here. Okay. Hey! What are you doing? Come here. What you fussing about? You playing? You can play, but you can't bite. You gotta be sociable now. This is the age of sociability. This is 2012. Can't do all that fighting stuff. That's Neanderthalism. Causes problems. We social animals. This is what this looks like when it's brown. Meat and vegetables. Can you see it? And it's hot too. You don't look out, don't let me drop this on you. It's hot too. So it's brown. And it's brown good enough. So we're going to set it to the side off of our burner and go to the next step. Look out, Wally, you're right under my feet. Let's see. Remove the fat. Simple. Get you a colander. Not a calendar, a colander. Something with holes in the bottom of it. You don't want to drain this fat into your sink, because if you drain fat into the sink, guess what? You got to call a plumber if somebody knows what to do. Or figure it out yourself. You stop up your trap. So we want to drain the fat into something else. We're going to drain the fat into this. But we don't drain it into the sink. We take our big pot holders, move our Yeti microphone out of the way so you can probably see this operation or thereabouts. What I'm going to do, I'm going to drain the fat. Now this is going to keep somebody on their diet, keep them on their healthy diet. We're pouring this in here. Now that was good ground beef with not too much fat. There's not a lot of fat in there. See? There ain't a bunch of fat in there. But what a little bit is, we're catching it. It's biodegradable stuff. You can do all kinds of stuff with it. Reuse it. But you don't want it in your body. Especially if you're on a diet. You women that say, honey, does this dress make me look fat? This is what you do when you cook your beer chili. Or your chili. Drain the fat after you brown it. Then your husband or your significant other, or whatever, your friends won't have to answer that question. Honey, does this dress make me look fat? No. Well, you got to take it off and see the difference. It ain't the dress, honey. I don't think. Okay, we drained the fat. Good deal. And we don't need this burner on because we've cooked this stuff. So we can put this back in here. Let me show you the fat we drained. That's mostly fat in the bottom of that. Yeah, we don't need all that. So there was a little bit in there. Not too much. That's cool. Next step. Get this back over to the stove. Get it back over to the stove. After we drain the fat, it says simmer and cover for 20 minutes. Do we need to, I guess if we want to tenderize those vegetables, we might ought to let them simmer for 20 minutes. Huh. But in order to do that, I'm going to have to add a little bit of water. 20 minutes? Why we got to simmer for 20 minutes? Tenderize the vegetables. Let me add a little bit of water. Nothing drain. I don't want to burn nothing. We drained the fat. So let's just let that simmer a little bit. Don't take much water. In low heat. I got a, it says SIM. Does that mean simmer? Probably. 20 minutes, and that will completely tenderize those vegetables. And to help it simmer, we'll put the lid on it. Keep all that moisture in there for simmering purposes. 20 minutes. Let's put the timer on. And we won't have to guess. Can't keep all this stuff in your mind. 20 minutes. So what are we going to do for 20 minutes? It says 20 minutes for ground beef, 60 minutes for cubed meat. Or until meat is tender, stirring occasionally. And you save your peppers for your toppers. That goes on last. Okay. Oh, they got slow cook directions in here too. This is fast cook. We could do slow cook, but we ain't got time to be cooking all day. We got to do something else. Plus, this video might get too long. Okay, we got to stir in the beans now too. We got our beans rinsed and drained right here. Red beans, chili beans, whatever. We're gonna stir them in. Yep, we missed a step. We'll go ahead and do that. That's easy. What else we got to stir in? See, we're missing some steps here. We got to stir in tomato sauce. Yeah. We got plenty of time for this on simmer. We got to stir in tomato sauce. That's easy. We're going to use cantadina sauce, but guess what? That's an Italian word, I guess, or something like that. But it's just tomato sauce, basically. So, that's what we're going to use. I'm going to open it up. Hope y'all ain't getting bored. I might have to plug in my computer. I might go dead before I get done. Is that can open? Yep, can's open. I like that newfangled can opener. Don't leave a sharp edge. Can't cut your fingers on there. Somebody invented that. A better can opener. That's probably a good deal. That way you won't cut your fingers. Whoever invented that, he's probably made a little bit of money off it. Imagine that. Stir in the tomato sauce, 1 can, that's all it calls for. Of course, we got a little bit in the bottom of this can that probably don't want to come out. But that's easy enough. Just add a tad of water. Just a little bit. Push it around. There you go. Now, we got that step going, and everything's stirred in so far. Now, if you don't want flies and dogs and cats, you also rinse your cans out. Some places recycle, and you should do this. The recycle people would appreciate it. But you rinse that can out. Common sense. I know if you were in my house and you were opening a can of something and ate it, you'd be welcome to. But if you didn't rinse the can, I might have to say something to you. Hey, rinse that can out before you throw it in my trash. We can't smoke yet. Bad habit. You know what Mark Twain said about tobacco? He said, it's a nasty habit that I love, so leave me alone. What he kept telling his sister. She kept bugging him. Bugged him till the day he died about smoking them nasty old cigars. Oh, man. Okay. Bring to boiling and reduce heat. Wait a minute. Tomato sauce, liquid. We got to put the liquid in there. Okay. Now we put the liquid in there. Remember, we're making beer chili by this recipe, so we need 1 cup of beer. Let's see. 1 cup. Let's be exact. Let's do the 1 cup, major cup. There it is, 1 cup of beer. We want to get this exact. We don't want to mess this up. It's foaming up. I was using old cheap bush beer. Got Bud Light out in the camper, but I think beer's beer. I guess you could use your homemade beer or whatever kind of beer you want. It doesn't specify. That's all it calls for. That's all we're using for this beer chili. And you always stir when you add something. Tomatoes, tomato sauce, chili powder, dried herb. The dried herb, we said we were going to use Italian. Since we're using kind of an Italian sauce, we'll stay with that. How much dried herb? Did it call for? A teaspoon of dried herb. You know what? My old buddy that Cajun cook, he used to do this. You need a teaspoon of dried herb, or a tablespoon. Put it in the palm of your hand. That's about a teaspoon. Close enough. My hands are clean, I washed them. Teaspoon of dried herb. However you want to pronounce it. And we use the pepper toppers last. Undrained tomatoes. We got to have 2 cans of undrained tomatoes. We got them right here. We got to get all this stuff in here now. That beer stinks. Imagine that. But I don't think it'll taste in the chili. I think it'll cook off. Alcohol cooks off when you cook. Cooks out. 1, 2 cans of crushed tomatoes. What are you puppies in here for? Ah. Wally, what are you doing? I dropped something on the floor and you're trying to eat it? Hey, that's an old dried bean. You don't want to eat that. What's the matter with you, Wally? It's an old dried bean. It won't kill you, but you don't want to eat that. Okay. I love these cans that don't cut you. Whoops. I didn't get that one open all the way. Try again. Okay, come on. Yeah, I got it that time. Just didn't operate it right. Wasn't the machinery, it was the operator. Let's stir in these 2 cans of undrained diced tomatoes. That's what we got, undrained diced tomatoes. Yes, sir. You puppies are wasting your time. I ain't dropped nothing on the floor. Nothing. Rinse this can. G-Man will be proud of us when they pick up our recycle bin. You know who the G-Men are. That's garbage people. Got to pick all that stuff up. I bet they appreciate that smell in the morning that they're working for a living and all that crap and crud. Woo! Double favor, we've got the can. Ain't nothing wrong with all that stuff. It's biodegradable. It goes in the dump. Nature doesn't waste it. It utilizes it. Something eats it. I don't care where you put it, but I don't like it in my trash can. Good thing I don't have to pick up the garbage. Good thing I ain't a G-man. I'd knock on people's doors and say, hey, you know all this biodegradable stuff you're throwing away? Why don't you put it in a compost heap in the backyard? Then it won't stink and your own bugs in your backyard could eat it. Then you can use it to plant a garden. Sure could. Isn't that right? Okay, that's right. What are we going to now? I think we stirred in everything we're supposed to stir in. I really do. I could use a little more light to read with. Which ain't rocket science, just common sense. Covered, okay, dried herb. Everything's in there. We drained the fat and everything's in the pot. We're going to simmer this for 20 minutes. We ain't simmering yet. I'm going to turn it up to 2 or 3 and see if we can get that to simmering. Okay. How much battery we got on this doodad? We about to run out of juice. Yeah, we're going to have to plug this computer in. we're running out of juice, but that ain't no problem. We can plug it in. If it goes, we've been on here 30 minutes and we ain't got a pot of chili made yet. If it goes away, don't worry about it. We can plug it in and come back. The thing about these laptops, they're designed to run off your battery. And you're not supposed to keep it plugged in when it's fully charged. You're only supposed to plug it in when you need to charge. They designed it that way. Run off your battery when you need to charge, and you plug in. If you can find the right place to plug in and recharge. Make common sense, good common sense. Place to plug in. Out of our work way. Yeah, there we go. Plug in right. Chill. Ground fault. Yep. Now we can keep our battery going. We can keep on trying to make this chili. I didn't realize it was going to take this long. 31 minutes. 31 minutes and 40 something seconds. And we still ain't got chili made. Let's see. Slow cooker directions. We ain't got that simmering cover. As soon as I get this simmering, I'm going to cover it. It ain't simmering yet. And remember we had too much hamburgers, so we had to make some patties. Probably ought to do that. Make some patties out of these hamburgers. Whoops, it's a little bit. Nah. This end was, that's the thing about these ovens, these convection microwaves and everything. On them automatic thaws, you will find that the outside thaws first. And the inside ain't quite thawed, so we're going to wait. And what we're going to do is cover this up and let it finish thawing in the refrigerator. That way we can go on to doing something else. We can go on to doing something else. Let's put it in this plastic. And we can make these hamburgers anytime. Anybody, that's quick, easy. So, put a lid on it. You know why you put the lid on everything you put in the refrigerator, don't you? You don't want, you won't want your stuff going at cross purposes. You want it to keep its own flavor to itself and not spread it around with everything else in there. That's what they teach you in home economics, isn't it? When you're a 10th grader? I hope. I don't know. Maybe they don't. Oh. You don't want your food to be in interactionary socialism or whatever. You want them to stay, keep their own flavors. Keep them to yourself. We still ain't simmering. We got everything in there. We ain't simmering, so I'm going to give it a little bit more juice to start the simmering. And the only thing we got left for toppers, we got a little bit of black pepper and we got a little bit of cayenne, and those are toppers, but we don't need them yet, and it don't take much. The instruction says you serve that with toppers. So Maybe you might want to ask people if they want it, I guess. But it's chili my way, make it mine. So, if I'm the only one that's going to eat it, I'd probably go ahead and put it in there. But I'm going to be nice and let people decide if they want them toppers. What am I going to do with this fat? Okay. Fat don't go down your sink. Does anybody with any sense? No. So we're going to do something with it. We're going to put it aside. What can you do with fat? You can recycle it. If you had a restaurant and you had a fat barrel outside, they'd come by and recycle it. I even seen a guy using that oil, fat, to run an internal combustion engine. Yeah. Going around to the restaurants getting it. And he had an engine designed to run on fat. Ha! How much fat we got in the United States of America available? Oh man, we got all kinds of it. Every restaurant, every kitchen. We got people that got excess fat. When they go for liposuction, what do they do with the excess fat? It's all the same thing. Really, basically. Well, I imagine they store it somewhere. The guy with the internal combustion engine that can burn fast to run his engine could go to the liposuction doctor and say, hey, I want all that excess fat. But it's got DNA in it and all kinds of other stuff, so people may not want it. I guess what's in fat cells? Is there DNA in there? I'm gonna look that up. Could you identify? You took a piece of my fat. Could you identify me? And court of law. You plastic surgeons and all them people, when they take a piece of you and it cells. What's in a cell? DNA. Code to life. Genetic code that creates life. We're starting to simmer here now. Starting to simmer. So, let me see a few more bubbles and then I'll turn it down to sim and keep on simmering. What were we talking about? I didn't finish rinsing out all these cans. Yeah. Supposed to have a recycle bin. Most major metropolitan areas, Duval County does, but they ain't got one out here yet. Supposed to be having one. A recycle bin to put all your recyclable stuff in. And another bin for just regular old trash. Which, growing up on the farm, we recycled everything. We didn't throw it away and we might have needed it. Tin can. What do you need that for? Put your worms in. Going down the creek, going fishing. You can even, it's clean, you can even drink out of it. If you needed to. You can use it for all kinds of things. Most people don't do that kind of stuff anymore. They have to have fancy glasses and fancy this. And let me show you my glasses. These are the best glasses you got. I don't like to advertise for people. See this? Tostitos? This glass didn't cost me nothing. Well, it cost for what was in it. But when what was in it was gone. Okay. Now, we're going to reset this timer. We are simmering. We're going to turn it down to SIM, sim. We don't have to think about it. But back to, how much is Tostado's chunky salsa? Mild. A couple bucks. Then you got a glass. And you can use it for, and it's a good tall glass. You can fill it up with ice. Let me show you what I do with it. Or you can run out and buy a set of fancy glasses. I don't know how much you pay for a fancy glass. See, I got fancy glasses. But I've got glasses that didn't cost me nothing except I wanted some mild chunky salsa. And when the salsa was gone, I had my glass and this beer that didn't make it into chili. I'll put it in here and let it breathe. Beer's supposed to have a head on it. Some people don't know that. Some people say, well, you can fill that up without getting that head on it, but beer needs to breathe. You need to breathe. I need to breathe, so beer needs to breathe too. Don't it? Oh, another thing. You beer drinkers, you ought to really rinse them cans out. Unless you want to do your significant others. Anybody's got to take your trash out. Your honey takes the trash out. She don't want to smell that stuff in the trash. Rinse them cans out. Okay. We're going to set these aside because we're waiting on our recycle bin to get here. Which isn't here yet. Chili's done, except it's got to cook for 20 minutes. I didn't reset the timer, did I? 20. You won't have to guess. Starting to simmer a minute ago. Close enough. Got our typers. So if anybody wants to try this, it's in Better Homes and Gardens, new cookbook, 15th edition, page 1 or something. No, 574. Chili the way you want it. Make it. Gives you all the basic ingredients and you decide for yourself. It's a good idea. And I'm going to do something the doctor said not to do, but I don't do this very often, so it don't really matter. Once my beer has breathed, and it's still got a little bit, I put a little bit of salt in it. Not supposed to because I have high blood pressure, but like anything, moderation. I don't do this a lot, so. And I check my blood pressure and keep it right so it don't matter. Anyway, that's how you make chili with puppies under your feet. Time to save a life. Time to sign off. Come here, Wink. Adios. Adios. We got the chili made. What? Come here. Chili's made and it only took 42 minutes. Bye-bye. Tell bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay. Lucy. Lucy in the sky with diamonds. That chili made and only took 42 minutes. I know, baby. Everybody bye. Say bye-bye. Okay, cool. We'll see you guys. Hey, y'all behave. Until the next time, we'll see you later. Alligator. We're making chili, right? Chili the way you want to make it. We forgot the most important ingredient. And this camera ain't working out. We forgot the chili. And it calls for 2 tablespoons. So, we're going to stick with what our and we can add this now and it won't hurt the thing. 2 tablespoons. It looks like 2 tablespoons. What y'all think? 2 tablespoons of chili. And we're going to stir. Most important ingredient, we almost forgot it, but now it's chili. It's still cooking, it's still simmering, and we got it on low heat, so it'll simmer a while. Okie dokie. Anyway, now it's chili. But you You gotta stir it. You gotta keep it going. You gotta make it right. Okay. We got it. No problemo.